TV here, December 2nd, 2023. I wanted to share my fall of 2023 Semaphore project I got going on. Right here, there's a couple semaphores I collected here recently this year. This is the unrestored version. It's got a 1921 date on the actual flag bracket that holds the flag to the semaphore assembly. This other one over here is just that one just got two lights in it. I believe it was some form of an intermediate. Then after collecting the semaphores, I found someone in the area here and had a couple old C&W railway crossing gate pole assemblies. Main reason I bought these is to get a way to mount the semaphore to a pole. So this is a single bearing crossing gate motor, which is kind of rare. I'm guessing this is in the 40s or early 50s, but so the motor right here, a Western Railroad supply motor, the railroads also use them for driving the semaphores and mounting the semaphores to them. It's actually got a C&W tag along with the deal here. But yeah, mainly I got this, and then there's another one that the counterweight was broken on, so I'm salvaging the pole from the other crossing gate assembly. And then this drive right here, it's got a 1-inch drive in there. It'll also work for the semaphore. We'll show that next. Here's a better looking version of one of the semaphores I actually restored. Took all the lights out, pretty much wire wheeled everything, repainted everything. The only thing I did not repaint is the flag itself because it's porcelain. So we're going to leave that as is. I think it's going to be better to leave it how it is instead of messing with it. And then I have one of the gearboxes off of the other railway crossing pole. I got that at a broken counterweight. Western Railroad supply. This assembly, I actually took the nose off of it, and that's how I'm going to mount the semaphore to the pole. So this is how they originally would have driven it. But this box right here weighs about 200 pounds. It's on a transmission jack right now, and it's even lighter with the nose piece off I took off. So this railroad stuff is just critically heavy. So initially I wanted to actually restore this and make it work for driving the semaphore, but this is definitely some antique stuff. This is before solid state electronics. This right here is called the circuit control barrel or shaft, whatever they want to call it, but it's only 90 degrees that these things turn. So whether it's a railway crossing gate motor or a semaphore drive motor, they only do 90 degrees of swing. So it says Western Railroad Supply on the box, but the actual motor cover right here says General Railway Supply. Now here's your drive motor, which is interesting in itself. Has some strange components in it. So we're going to drive the semaphore with an actuator. I got a different setup I'm going to try. This is interesting. I may try to make this one work for my crossing gate project, which that'll probably be next year because this is a big project. Then we'll slip on over to the actual mount for the semaphore. So here's actually the mount then that would have mounted the motor to the pole. I unbolted it from the gearbox I just videoed. This is where it'll clamp to the pole. I actually made my own system here how I'm going to move it, so I'm going to cable drive it. Got a bell crank inside there that used to connect to the gearbox. I'm using the cable. I put the pulley in right there. And you got your 1-inch drive right there. The semaphore goes right to it. It's 90 degrees. And then I got an 02 Harley Davidson Fat Boy headlight's going to light this thing up. So this is an upper quadrant semaphore, so that means when the flag is straight up at 0 degrees, that's green. When it's at 90 degrees, that's stop. And then a lower quadrant would be the opposite of that. 90 degrees would still be stopped, but 180 degrees straight down would be green on your lower quadrant. So, well, the next step will get this mounted to the pole and get the wiring done and get some action. RITV here, December 7th, 2023, Pearl Harbor Day. Well, here's the Semaphore and the finished version. I got it restored as far as I can really go with it. It's over a century old. Most likely an old CNW upper quadrant Semaphore. So I just got an actuator hooked up to it the other day. Progressive Automation's actuator, and I got remote control. We'll set her off to highball here. It was a lot of work, but I'm pleased with the function of it. We'll take a swing around to the back and have a look at it here. Now here's a view from the back side now. We'll go ahead and run her back down. We actually mounted an actuator right here on the back side of the pole. Worked out pretty good. Got the O2 Fat Boy headlight in the back. Plenty bright. It lights up the whole driveway at night. Yeah, one more time for good measure. All right, highball on Red's Iowa Terrain Videos.